Hello all, very good evening and thanks for joining for today's session. And today we are going to discuss what is TDE, how to configure TDE in Azure SQL database, and what is dynamic data masking, and what is row level security, and what is data capture and geo-replication and auto failure groups. This is what we are going to discuss for today. Now just open here. Now like you know that I'm going to TD demo test 07. Now TDE stands for change. Where is secure comment? TDE stands for Transparent Database and Data Encryption, which means it will protect our backups and database files. Okay, without security keys, if anybody got these files or like anything, they without these keys they don't able to restore them and utilize them. This is what exactly TDE is. TDE is there in from SQL Server 2012 onwards, and like basically is like it is managed by the Microsoft itself, but still somebody might have some issues like trusting on Microsoft. So somebody might not trust easily, right? So they want to utilize their own keys as well. So that's the reason Microsoft has given this option to SQL Server on the server level, but in the recent days it has been there for on the database level as well. And that database, if you want to enable on TDE, it is in preview mode. It is, if it is in preview mode, it means uh, we should not use that feature in the production instances. Okay, now come to master, like if you want to like use this thing TDE, we need to have security keys. Where we need to have security keys is we need to key vault. Wherever your SQL server hosted, in which location this SQL server hosted is in used to use, right? This in the same region you need to have key vault. Creating a key vault is no is free, like just like SQL server. If you create any keys or like any resources in that, that could be charged. Okay, now if you see that this is also in the east US region. Okay, but basically nowadays they got changed, something has been changed here to avoid that. So directly if you go with any keys, I will show here. Okay, this is one of the key vault. If you do that and I'm creating, see, I got this error. Thus the operation is not allowed for a RBC, and this you might get and this kind of error. To avoid that, what you need to do here, you need to go to the access control, click on role assignment. So here you need to you need to select key vault administrator, select the members.
Arsha, Arsha, recording started.
Yes, yes, recording is started. Yes, recording started. So here you need to give the with which username you have logged in. You have to select that username and click select, and you need to proceed to next, finish. This is the change you have to do to avoid the errors in to create that error. But we are not going to do that security admins. But as of now, everything here we only, right. So that's the reason I'm telling to you now. So once it is written, now go to demo text here only, right? Now here we need to select the key. Before going to that, and here what I need to create a keys. Go to key vault, select the key vault where you want to create, come to keys. Here we have three options like generate, and if you have a key, you can just select that, and if you have backup, you can restore that backup. As of now, I'm creating that. Name is like anything you can want to give, and that key types, this is like various tokens are like that. Okay, and this is the key size. Okay, if you go that, it will more size. Okay, and more security wise as well. Okay, now as of now I'm going with the default option. If you want to set activation and expiry, you can set that. Okay, and coming to I will just create. Yeah, this server was created. Now this is the current version. Okay, now if you go back, so now the key was created. Okay, now what I can do here is now select key, select the key wall. This is managed hardware managed key wall type. Okay, this is very costly, and so that's the reason I don't recommend for demo purpose. Now select Harsha key vault here, select the keys. Here as of now we have only version, select the version, click yes. Now we have select that. Here for example, like if you have multiple keys in that, if you can how after certain period of time, if these keys can be cracked, right? So if we cannot, I cannot keep the key same key for very long time. Okay, so if I check this box, what happened if you what this TDE will take one n number of keys. What for example, if I go here, if I created n number of keys, right? So daily up to some key rotation, that it will pick up the new key. So that's how you can protect your SQL server instead of using static one. Okay, now what I need to do, just select save, done. Our job is done. We have successfully configured TDE. So how can I confirm that? You just connect to the SQL server and then done. Now I need to give this thing, right? Select start from our databases. See, one database, what user database encrypted. Why? Because we have enabled that in the all the server level. Okay, and for okay, so that's how we have implemented TDE. Okay, so any doubts in TDE, let me know. If I go to security, still it is showing as a customer managed key, but don't believe that. Okay, so this is the portal is this interface to display the results in the interface. It will take time. If you want to go to networking like TDE, see, it will show you showing as a like customer managed key only. But as of now, it will showing that service managed key. In the interview, what are the permissions that you required to fetch the keys from the key Azure Key Vault? For this is the interview question you might get. Okay, for that you need have get wrap and wrap key permission to access selected keys. This is the answer for the interview. Get wrap and wrap key permissions you should require. Okay, now we can see that customer managed key can set up at database level is in preview mode. Okay, now like we can see the like what is like DDM, dynamic data masking. For example, um, let's assume that I will go in this browser only. So whatever first we need to go for the Azure like see this document is applies to Azure SQL database managed instance and Azure Synapse Analytics, not for the SQL Server. Okay, this information. But if I go with first of all, why what is dynamic masking is I will show you. Okay, I have a data like ID, name, phone number, something like that. Okay, and email ID. This is how my data. See, if I able to view the data, like I can do anything. I can give the same data to another malicious user, right? So what I want to do here, how I want to display to other users is like this. This is how I went. See, I want to mask with the asterisk. Okay, so even though if I query the data, so I can view the data, but I cannot like get the full data, right? So this is how I can protect my data from non-authorized, not authorized fully administrator users like DB reader, DB writer, that kind of users you can view. Only the sysadmins and DBA owners are excluded from the dynamic data masking. For that, we have some functions are there, some default credit card, email, random number. If you use on the credit card column, okay, what will happen? So it will mask all three objects. Okay, it will display only last four characters. If you apply email function on column, so what will happen, it will display, it will only first letter and rename and all are asterisks, and only like dot com with for last four letters will be visible. Okay, if I go with the random number, it will go like what it will randomly generate number according to selected boundaries actual data types, it is they are equal, then marking constant function, so it will randomly mask. Okay, now custom test is like first if I have requirement, first I want to block first like display first three characters, last two characters, and remaining all asterisk symbols, then you can use this custom function. And coming to that, like if you want to configure dynamic data masking, you require these permissions: security manager, DB contributor, SQL Server contributor, and also you require the some these permissions. Okay, on this read and write on these principles. Okay, now I will show you on that. I'm just copying the data. Now go to the new query. I'm just creating one table. Okay, so if I want to query, see, I'm not able to view the data. Why? Because I'm unable to. Now I want to insert. See, now I'm able to view the data. Why? Because I'm sysadmin function, right? So I am sysadmin. So that's the reason I'm able to view the data. Now, so what I want to do here is like I want to go to the SQL. I want to do that using the portal. Right? Okay, so just go to the respective database. Come to here. Here you need to click dynamic data masking. So by default, SQL Server will analyze and it will mask some few functions here. Okay. For example, I want to mask. I am just going here. I will want to go for custom masking here. First, I want to expose one character and I want to display last four characters, remaining all like asterisk symbols. Okay, click update. Okay, once it is done, just go back and save here. Click OK. See, by default, SQL users excluding from masking, administrators also excusing from masking. Now, if I click here, See, still I'm able to view the data. Why? Because I'm having a full administrator. So what I need to do here to see the changes, I need to create one user. So create an Azure SQL database, this thing, this thing. Now I am just going back. I'm creating a login. I want to do that. Login can be created in the only in the master, right? So that's the reason. Test reason. Current user for login test and to create. Yeah, it is done. Now I want to connect with the user, right? See, I'm able to connect to the SQL server, but this user is having only data reader permissions, not DB owner. See how he is able to view the data. See what in the masses functions, first I'm able to view the only first characters. If I go here and I'm just masking, right? If I want to just go to update, save. If I go here, I'm able to view second data. See second letter. So that is how you need to apply the dynamic data masking for non-owners. Okay. And if you want to exclude any user, non-user also, you can exclude. You can just type here and you can exclude. Or otherwise, you can have like unmasking, unmask function, like to exclude that user from dynamic data masking. So this is what dynamic data masking is. Okay. Now we have a row level security. Okay. And coming to one thing, I want to see where I have copied this. Yep. Now we are seeing that row level security. I'm just disconnecting that. So what is mean by row level security? Means restricted some users, okay, some rows from to the use some users. For example, I will show you here. I am creating two users like without login, okay, manager and sales representative 1 and sales representative 2. This with whenever we mention with this logins, right, this is just to test the scenario. We are not at all creating a logins, okay, just dummy users. We have created that. Okay, now I'm creating one sales schema and I'm creating one table in the sales dot order, okay, using schema, and I'm inserting some rows. If you see the data here, so I'm having total 6 records. In the 6 records, first 3 records will related to the sales representative 1. From 4 to 6 records is related to the sales representative 2. Okay. Now I am granting select on to the all these users. Okay. Now I'm creating one more schema security. Now I'm creating one function. Here what I am doing here is whenever you come with the manager, okay, then no need to filter, okay. That is what I am doing here. I'm just creating the function here and I'm filtering that. I'm adding that predicate. I'm adding this function to as a filter. Okay. Now what I'm telling that except sales on order. Okay, I'm filtering on this. Okay, you just copy that. Now see the sales representative 1 and sales representative 2 are working under manager. That's the reason the manager should view all these two persons data. But coming to sales representative 1 should view only his data and sales representative 2 will have to view only his data. But coming to manager, everybody has to view both. I mean, he has to view both persons data. Now if I click here, click I execute. See, first user is having only three records of the sales representative one. Second user is having only. But coming to manager, he can view both data. See, this is how you can restrict. You can implement the row level security. Where can I implement? What are the use cases of this row level security? Is like for example, in hospital, let's take one simple example. In the hospital there are number of head nurses or nurses, okay. So what will happen here is like I want to restrict one nurse data patient or to another nurse, means one person data is one nurse is taking 10% patient's data, 10%, right? So he has to only she and like her manager only they have to view that their patient data. Remaining all should not able to view that nurse data, right? So that kind of scenario. In this scenario you can implement this kind of row level security. Okay, so this is what no, don't worry, these are like functions like whoever you want to exclude to view all the data, you just rename, you just change their name. Okay, that's it. And coming to I'm closing this. Now we are going for CDC. See what is by CDC stands for? CDC stands for change data capture. Where I have kept here, yeah. That change data capture, right? So what does it do? It records, insert, update, and delete transactions on table, not for truncate. It only record three: update, insert, delete. Okay. Now, how can I know that either this CDC is enabled or not? Like you just use this command. See on the master, I don't have anything, and Arsha also I don't have anything. See, it means CDC is not enabled. So what are the prerequisites for Azure, special Azure database is the database Azure DB is standalone, then it should not be basic standard SG up to S2 is not supported. If the database is an analytic pool, that should have like minimum 100 DTUs or maximum one core. Okay, but as of now we are using only this thing, right? Harsha is a basic user. For that, what I we need to just go here, like so now. What I will do here, I am creating one text document here locally. Go to standard. Okay. Now click apply. See now still I am in S2 only, right? So I need to increase. Now I am out of like limitation. Now click review, create. So once this date practical completed, what I will do, right? So what I will do, I will go to this database, come, okay, and just assume this is the database. Now what I will do, I will come here. I will go to the computer and storage, and I will change this from standard to basic. Why? Because if you delete any database in Azure, okay, it will be there for 7 days. It means you have to pay for 7 days. So my currently I'm having 200 DTUs, right? So even though if I delete the database right now, still you have to pay that 7 up to 7 days fees. That's the reason. So what I need to do, you have to decrease to the basic service tier, and then you have to delete if you want to delete that higher databases to avoid the charges. Why? Because our like basic tier is just like 400 rupees, right? So the 400 rupees doesn't matter for us, okay? Instead of paying like 20,000 or 30,000, okay, 400 is we, I mean, we can bargain and we can like take a chance on that. Okay, so database got created. You just go and refresh. Yeah. Now, see, by default, whenever you create a CD change data capture, like uh, two jobs will get created. One is like test capture and test cleanup jobs. But in Azure SQL Server, we don't have instance. We don't have agent as well, right? So where it is captured for that, what we are having is we have changed data capture scheduler. So because we don't have an agent, right, this data capture scheduler will run automatically and will clean up historic records if we mention the threshold values. Okay, now what I will do here is I will select this. I am creating one table, okay, with employee. Now, so before doing that, what I need to do here is, first, if you want to enable that CDCM for the table, the first step what you need to do is you need to enable on the database level. So that's the reason I'm going to enable on the database level. I have enabled. Okay. And so if I see, CDC give one number for the operation if it is going to capture. Okay. If you see the one here, it means it's a delete operation. If you see here one, two, it means insert operation. If it is three, it is update but old value. Four means like update new value. This is like you have to remember. Okay. Now, if I see here, okay. See, as of now, in the employee table, I didn't enable anything, right? Okay. Now, I am enabling using this function, okay? This is the DBO, schema name, employee name. That remaining all like simple, nothing. You don't need keep anything like. If you want to mention the retention, you can mention. And I'm just enabling on the table. Just enable that. Now, if you see here, what happened? Table is there or not? Okay, data is not there, right? Okay. Now I'm inserting some value. Done. Now,
No, you have to check the table. You are checking the database.
yeah, sir. Good catch, man. Thank you. Yeah, see, it is enable on the table level. So now I have done, right as of now, I have inserted one record in that. Okay. Now all the data, if I delete do something where the history table is got created is in this select star from cdc dot employee dot ctc. Ct means change tracking. Okay, now if I go here, see as of now, I have created only one table, right? But I have enabled the CDC. Now I just refresh here. Now if I expand here, see CDC capture, CDC jobs, change table, employee CDC, DD index columns, time. See any these are like all the system tables. When you enable CDC, all these will get created. These tables are responsible to work CDC properly. If you delete or rename anything, entire CDC on that respective tables will get gone. Okay. If you see here, as of now, see, insert it. 2 means insert. What is the value? Harsha Samreddy, right? So what I will do, I am deleting, I'm insert, okay. Where I'm going to insert one more value, okay. I'm inserted. Now, if I see here, both are two only. Okay, both are is insert operation. Old value is like new inserted record is Bhaskar. Now what I will do here, now I'm deleting one. That is done, right? Now if you see here, what is the delete operation? 1. What is the value that got recorded? Harsha. Okay. Now I will update. Okay. Uh, head is equal to, right? It is done. Now if I see here, if I updated, it should record the old value, right? Now if I click execute, see what is that 3? This is the value. 3 means old value. 4 means latest value. See the value, new value. New value is Arsha and old value is Bhaskar. Okay. So this is how you need to like know you are recording DDL change, DML. DML changes in the table. So this is how this is like one layer of security. Say, for example, if anybody do any DML changes, you get recorded in this. Okay, using this that okay, Arsha, you have done this record because like okay, now everything will be recorded in this. Okay, so this is how you can know who have done the changes. Okay, but let do one thing like if I what happen if I do okay, so what I will do here is select star from delete thing, right? Now what I will do, delete from cdc, where what is the value, so now what I want to delete this table. Okay, now where id is this thing, uh, or otherwise where I want to delete this thing is same, right? Start lsn, where start sun is equal to copy and First name only, right? First name only. Okay. Now if I see here, it got deleted. Okay. Oh, it's gone on record, right? I'm deleting the right one only. Okay. Let's see that here. Why this is not recorded where ID is equal to 2 already? LSN is right only. Shorten is equal to this one and first name is equal to bar. Why it is showing the zero records here? Am I doing anything mistake? Okay, I will do R.
Put it.
Yeah, two record. Okay, no, don't worry. So I have deleted. See, I'm a user. I'm thefting your money. But I know where I need to cover. Okay, so if I go here and CTC, see, there is no history record as well who has done everything. So, in order to avoid this kind of issues, so we have a concept called ledger. Okay, in the ledger, nobody can easily modify these kind of changes. It will be very trusted and the which was built on the blockchain technology. Tomorrow, and we are going to see how we can utilize the same this kind of scenario using ledgers. So I will tell you. So let's assume in simple terminology. So if I go to the office, okay, one of my system administration is very close to me. Okay, and usually the office start at 9:30. I will go by 12. I will request my friend that okay, like Arsha, I came like 12:30. You just edited my time that I came like 9:30. Okay, so if I configure CDC, I simply and I go and change the values, right? So if you have this kind of like security issues like anything, there ledger comes into picture. So if you don't want to edit the data, okay, then ledger is the right suitable one for your requirement. Okay, this is what like CDC stands for. Okay, and coming to here, we have a concept called high availability called geo-replication. What is mean by geo-replication in simple terms? Okay, just light related to the always on, always on without without failover and with multiple replica without with four secondaries. This is what geo-replication means. Without automatic failover for only single database. This is what like for with automatic failover with multiple but without secondaries is called auto failover groups. For that we have one differences. Okay, now if you see here in the geo replication, I said no failover. Multiple fail databases we cannot do. Every time we have to do manual failover, and whenever you do failover, we have to change the connection string manually. Okay, this in the same region you can, but auto failover group is no. Multiple replica, but how many replicas? Up to four replicas. Read scale is yes, we can read the data of secondary. Okay, auto failover groups is this is in simple terms, in easy terms, always on without automatic failover with multiple secondaries. This is automatic failover with only one secondary and no need to change the connection string and need to be separate region. How I can configure geo-replication? Go to Azure SQL or SQL Server, and meanwhile this SQL's geo-replication is like database level. So that's the reason you just go to the database and come to where I can see replicas. Okay, now create replica. Now I am selecting Harsha reason. Okay, basic service tier, then not required. Review and create. Review and create. Now meanwhile, I will go to the 1 minute guys. Yeah, thank you. Is it got created? Now go to Azure SQL and Arsha West.
It's failed, I think. Must check the notifications.
Why it got failed? The resource write operation failed to complete successfully because it is terminal provision. Why? Oh, it reached terminal provision status failed. Seems some issues are there. I will okay. Now I will create one more thing like go to Azure SQL Server, test reason, go to databases, demo test 007. I am selecting East ES2, allow Azure services, SQL authentication. Click OK. Next. Still it is validated. Okay. It is deploying. Yeah. Now it is accepted. Why I am creating in different region means I can show in the same region as well. If I configure in different region, then I can show the autofailer groups as well without creating another SQL server. Why that region got failed means I have reached that limit. Okay, for every region I have some limitations as well, right? So that's the reason I'm getting that issue. Still, if I am unable to create an issue like that, right, I need to raise a ticket so that I am unable to create. What those people do, they will come to me and they will ask me to create the database using PowerShell. And if I still am unable to create the using PowerShell, then they will take all the screenshots and they will go to the product team from their end. So for that they have to raise ICM from their own only. They just come and they take the screenshot. Okay, for the product team and for us. So Microsoft support team is the mediators. Directly we cannot go and talk to the product team. They are like busy guys. So these guys will help us to what to update like anything is why because product team will have the access to your SQL server and to do any changes in the backend. The resource write operation failed completely because it reached a terminal processing state failed call. Okay, I will try to create. I do have a billing for that. No, right? I have created database. This use reason got created, but still I will go. I will go and configure for sorry for this use. Yeah, may I know why this? I think this database is going to success. May I know why? Why? Because the TDE has enabled on that database, right? That's the reason I think so. It is getting failed. Why? Because there is no key for that to access this SQL server. That's the reason it is getting full. I hope so. This will get success. If I want to do the same thing, what I need to do, I need to go and manage the key as well. Okay, deployment resource group and RC has failed at least and resource deployment. Okay, I think because of this thing, I need to disable on the whole server. Okay, let's do one thing. What I will go like Arsha West server. No, no, over you. So for that again I need to configure Azure Key Vault in this region. Okay, no problem. I will see this is the first time I am encountering this error. Okay, so need to create Azure Key Vault where I have created this thing East Asia. Yeah, it got completed. So Azure. So what I will do, I will just going here Key Vault, right? Arsha Key Vault. Go to keys. Harsha key. Download backup. Download. I have downloaded that one. Now I'm just going back to the East Asia. Now go to keys. Now key backup. Key backups are valid. I have downloaded that, right? Okay, what is that? Mhm. Okay, I think permission I need to give. So what I'm giving are full or I'm just refreshing. See, now this got created now. Create.
But before you have selected the import, na?
See,
That's
let's see. So this is not, if you want to apply, this could be like prefix, and so that's the reason I will go with the backup. Malformed. Cannot decrypt the key. Okay, guys, and I will do some R&D on that, and I need to raise a ticket or something. I need to do some R&D. So today, this topic we can discuss tomorrow, and tomorrow along this topic, we can discuss ledger topic as well. Okay. Is there any doubts on this? Hello? Any doubts, please?
no.
Okay then. Thank you. I will send an email. Okay. Bye. Bye for now.